A former Southwest flight attendant sues the airline, saying pilots, they were videotaping people in the plane's restroom.
Fox 5 legal analyst Wendy Patrick is joining us now to explain this case. Wendy, what is this all about?
It is just the morning for airline news, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this is it's a very interesting case. It's a lawsuit. So right away, you know that there are two sides to the story.
Sure.
The one side, the reason the suit was filed, is a veteran flight attendant claims that she was in the cockpit and noticed that the pilot had, remember we've heard texting while driving, this is live streaming while flying, a video feed from the lavatory. That's her allegation.
From inside?
From inside the lavatory, and that you could actually see the co-pilot in the lavatory. Now, Southwest, you got to present both sides right out of the gate. Southwest denies this and says, we have never had, and there was not, according to our investigations, a camera in the lavatory. Now, everybody, you know, that looks at this lawsuit says, of course, pilots are not peeping Toms. There's a danger of distraction and an issue of passenger privacy. But the question is factual. Did any of that happen? That's going to be part of this lawsuit. But the fact that it was filed to begin with means that there are some allegations that allegedly are substantiated by, for example, a photograph that this flight attendant says she took of the iPad. By the way, I guess everybody still works for the airline, so I just hope that the three of them don't end up on a...
Oh, the pilots
and the flight attendant, right. So, and you know, San Diego is a Southwest hub, so San Diegans care about a story like this.
Look, I just did an international trip, but I used the restroom several times.
That's right.
I can't imagine, like, during that time that there would, but you can't wonder about help, especially nowadays, every once in a while, because they're not going to share information if they're recording. Can't they even do that? Can't airlines do that?
Here's why, Shelley, that is such a great question. We live in a day and age where we're able to click on links when we buy a ticket and look at things like contract of carriage. What does the airline say about how they're going to protect your privacy if they are? Now, of course, you can't have cameras in bathrooms.
Right.
If there's any reason why you would need to notify the passenger. But let's step back from that and think about what many of us, most of us, do on flights. Like you said, you get up, you use in-flight entertainment. Where do you go? What do you watch? You use the internet. What do you do when you're on the internet? You give up some of your privacy when you choose to avail yourself of some of these services. How much? Take a look at all the information that airlines already provide about what they do or what they might be doing with your information, because it's right there. Nobody reads it, nobody clicks on it,
Of course.
but it's available for you to read if you care about that.
It's like this much fine print.
Oh, it's way more than that. Oh, it goes on and on and on.
I'm not going to look through all that stuff.
Well, and that's what most passengers say, which is why they don't know as much about passenger privacy as they could.
I don't know how much information is out there on this lawsuit already, but I'm trying to get to the actual details of it. Are they alleging that there was a camera built into this bathroom, or that they had set up another iPad or a phone and kind of left it there in a corner, that live streamed to another iPad?
It depends
because
on
it seems like it, because I had read somewhere that either Southwest or the pilots or somebody did acknowledge that there was something going on, and they said that it was a bad joke.
Right. The bad joke comes from Southwest in connection with its own internal investigation of the pilots. But what isn't disclosed is whether or not there ever was something planted in the restroom. Southwest has said they looked and there was no camera ever in the bathroom, and that it was an ill-advised joke. But of course, first, jokes are supposed to be funny, and this is horrifying to anybody that flies.
Of course it is. And now it's getting out there, and people are thinking now they associate this story, Southwest Airlines, what are they going to do now? How do you control this?
That's the danger, and that's part of what this flight attendant is alleging was expressed to her about being a whistleblower, that if this gets out, nobody's ever going to fly Southwest again. But that's why Southwest got out in front of themselves and said this never happened, because, of course, many of us will continue to fly Southwest, and we want to make sure that our privacy is protected, and Southwest says that it is.
It's interesting, though, that all three are still employed.
That's the, you know, I know as much as you do about that, because of course you can't fire someone unless there's some sort of a substantiated allegation. But if it was an ill-advised joke, wouldn't that have been enough? That's what some people are asking.
Oh, the phrasing, ill-advised joke. Don't you love that? Wendy Patrick, thank you so much.
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
see what comes of it.